So this is just going to be a quick overview of the Lifetime cooler. It's the new one that came out with. It's $95 at Walmart, I believe, and supposedly it's comparable to the more expensive ones such as Yeti, Arctic, Cody. Cody's a Texas brand produced by HEB, Rotomo version. And so I'm just going to go over a couple of the differences between a Lifetime version and a Rotomo version. So according to them, it's grizzly bear resistant, which if you look up any videos, you'll find they actually did a test with that. Some of the major differences besides material is, so Rotomo, the material that it's made out of, this is more of just a plastic, hard plastic. And then for the latches, you have the tough rubber ones you can change out if they break. These are more of like a rubber but plastic hinges, so a little bit more of a cheaper build, but when you're talking a $150, $200 price difference, that's usually how it's going to be. Another thing is a lot of these other ones have two places you can lock them, whereas the Lifetime has a center one where the top is a thin plastic and the bottom latch or bottle opener as well is metal. As you can see, it's got some water in it, a couple ice packs. I have used it a couple times. Made in the USA. Overall, it's a really decent built cooler for the price, especially considering it's under $100. But there are a couple things that I don't like when compared to something like this, like a Rotomo version. And one of the things is, the big difference is the seal. So the seals on these, they seal really well. As you can see, when you pull it open, you can hear it. These have like a loose type seal, so you can actually adjust it and move it around. But the thing is it's a cheaper seal. So unless it's adjusted right, you can have leakage and all kinds of problems with these. It's already happened. So I pulled it out of the truck and water actually just seeped out of the sides. Another thing with these that I'm not an overly huge fan of, but it's still not a horrible design, would be the handles. So it's got like a rope handle, and as you can see, it's starting to fray a little bit. And then a plastic rubber style grip. And these are okay for carrying. They're just not as durable. They feel like, sitting in the weather in the Texas sun, they're probably, after a while, probably start tearing apart. Eventually have to be replaced if you can replace them. And drain plug. So a lot of people have already had issues with these leaking. I haven't had any issues with the drain plug leaking yet, but I'll see, the seal just came out. It's got a little seal that sits in the back that basically rests against this lip right here. So as I said, I haven't had any issues with the seals. I did tighten it up when I first got it right here, but it is, once again, just a cheaper plastic. As far as comparing one of these to a Rotomo style, really, I would say you can't compare it. It's going to do what it's supposed to do. It's going to hold ice. It's going to get you a couple days. I've got 3 days out of it, and that's considered my environment too. That's Texas, sitting in the back of a truck, and kids constantly opening it up. So it will hold ice for a couple days, 3 days. But as far as quality and minor details such as like lock-in or latches, it's a good cooler, but it's not comparable to a $300 cooler. As I said, it's a less than $100 cooler. Overall, it is a great cooler. It's pretty tough. It actually fell on the back of my truck and it didn't break. Got a couple scratches on it, but no big deal. Another thing it doesn't have that a lot of the newer other style coolers have is the ruler to measure like fish and all kinds of stuff. And it's not a solid, like you can actually cut on these. Like Like I've cut vegetables and all kinds of stuff on there. This is the kind of surface that if you do cut on it, it's definitely going to wear into it. Other than that, overall, for owning it at 2 months, it's a good cooler. It does what it's supposed to do. And for the price range, it's very affordable. And as I said, if you don't want to buy a $300 cooler, this might be a good option to get you where you need to go, camp, hold some drinks, or keep food fresh. Any questions, just feel free to ask.